Hey guys, you're watching another video with Kris Amerikos. Today we're talking about past simple, past continuous, and past perfect. And believe it or not, we're going to compare all three of them and give you a good example of how they're different. So first of all, let me give you an example of each of these verb tenses. Past simple. When he came home, she made dinner. Past continuous. When he came home, she was making dinner. Past perfect. When he came home, she had made dinner. So what's the difference here? Well, there are some specific reasons and instances when we use past simple compared to other verb tenses. First of all, past simple shows a past action with the result in the past. It also shows consecutive actions. That means one action came first, and then another action, and then another action, and then another action, in a sequence or line of actions. Past simple also describes a concrete past time. So pretty often when you hear past simple, you'll also hear some kind of time reference, like I went to the mall yesterday. Because we hear the word yesterday, we have a concrete time, and probably we're going to use past simple instead of something like present perfect. And lastly, past simple is not linked to a present result. Now let's look at past continuous. Past continuous shows us an action that started in the past, but does not show a result. Past continuous also shows us simultaneous past actions, or past actions that happen exactly at the same time. Here, we might also talk about a very concrete time, but we're not talking about that concrete time related to a result, like in past simple. We're talking about that concrete time as related to a process, and we are identifying that that process was taking place at the same time as this concrete time that we mentioned. For example, at 12 o'clock yesterday, I was eating lunch. Past continuous also shows a past action or past process that is in progress. And now let's talk about past perfect. Past perfect shows an action that started in the past and ended in the past. Past perfect describes two past times, one that happened earlier and one that happened later. And past perfect also shows a link between these two past actions, the one that happened earlier and the one that happened later. It shows us a connection between them. Very often, this looks like an earlier past action and a later past result. So now let's revisit our examples. We said past simple. When he came home, she made dinner. Past continuous. When he came home, she was making dinner. And past perfect. When he came home, she had made dinner. So what is really the difference here? Well, in past simple, when we said, when he came home, she made dinner, this means just after he arrived, she started. So she didn't start making dinner before he came home. After he came home, she started. Consecutive actions. First, he came home, and then she started. With past continuous, when he came home, she was making dinner, we see that she started and then later he arrived. And when he arrived, she was in the process. So she didn't finish making dinner before he arrived. She started and then he arrived, and because it's past continuous, we don't know about the result. Maybe she finished making dinner, maybe they had an argument and she didn't. And past perfect. When he came home, she had made dinner. This tells us that she started and finished before he arrived. And not only that, because it's a perfect tense, we also see the result of the earlier action. So, when he arrived, he saw the result of what she had done before. He arrived in the past, saw the result of her actions in the past, and those actions happened at an earlier time in the past. So we have two past times. She made dinner, and then he arrived and he saw that this was complete. He saw that she had made dinner. I hope that helps you understand the differences between past simple, past continuous, and past perfect. I know, it's really confusing, and the best way to learn it is to practice, practice, practice. So make sure you keep practicing, and if you have any questions, leave a comment under this video. Make sure you press like and press subscribe. I'll see you next time.